Hello, everyone. Today we are discussing how to forecast your way to more cash flow. So here's the thing. Operating a consulting firm is challenging enough, right? On top of the daily hurdles, when you add tax such as maintaining a positive cash flow, it can be absolutely exhausting. I see that there are several of you are joining us right now. We're streaming live on YouTube, LinkedIn, as well as Facebook. Okay. So for most consultants, you need to know how to monitor your cash flow and how to forecast your cash position consistently. However, it can be intimidating to begin this process. So, in this episode, I will deep dive into a proven plan that will enable you as a consulting firm owner or a small business owner to not only earn more money, but keep more money in your firm, thereby eliminating all money worries forever. I'm super excited about this because I am going to share my screen and I'm literally going to show you how to create a cash flow forecast that again will enable you to keep more money in your business. So before we get started, I am Octavia, the CEO of Say Yes to Profits and the the virtual CFO for consultants. So I want you to share this on your social media outlets. So click the share button right now. Also, and if you're on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe. And no matter what platform you're on, you can actually place your questions and comments in the comment section, and I can answer them at the end of today's episode, okay? Now, one proven way to eliminate money worries as a consulting firm owner or small business owner is to manage your finances proactively. But what does it look like to proactively manage your finances? A lot of times when I am speaking to consulting firm owners, they ask me that, like, what do I need to do? Is it a matter of keeping my accounting system up to date or what? And honestly, that's not it. What you must understand is that you need to proactively think about what cash flow problems you will have and eliminate them at the root. Okay, so before we get into creating your cash flow forecast, I want to give you a few examples and things that I want you to think about as you're operating your business on a day-to-day basis. Now, the first thing that you need to understand is that profit and cash are not the same, okay? Profitable companies can run out of cash if they don't know their numbers and they are not adequately managing their cash and profit. All right. Are you all with me so far? Yes. Let me know in the comments if you're with me. If you're watching a replay, let me know if you're understanding this. Okay. Now, here's what I need you to get crystal clear on. Cash is the money that flows in and out of your firm in several different ways. Okay, cash in can come in the form of revenue, grants, loans, investments, etc. Now, cash out can occur as expenses paid, owner's salary, credit card payments, and other liabilities. Now, profit is what's left over after you subtract your expenses from your revenue earned. All right. Now, often a business will spend money that does not appear as an expense on its profit and loss statement. So therefore, they will have what I call paper profit. In addition, a consultant will earn revenue and as a result, generate paper profit. However, if a consulting firm owner never collects the funds or they overspend, the firm will also experience cash flow problems. And this is where we're getting into this. So make sure you're paying attention, okay? Now, based on the examples that I just provided, you can clearly see how the firm will appear profitable, but they will also have underlying cash flow difficulties. Therefore, I need you to understand that cash is your firm's superpower. Okay. Now you may hear cash is king, but I like to say, as you know, I love to put my say yes to profit spin on everything. Cash is your firm's superpower. Now, there's a difference between having a positive and a negative cash flow. Now, positive cash flow is when the amount of money entering your firm is greater than the amount of money exiting your firm. This is where you want to be at all times. Negative cash flow is when the money that is leaving your firm is more than the money that is entering your firm. This is where you never, ever, ever want to be. Now, these are the reasons why cash flow forecasting is so important. A cash flow forecast helps you proactively predict how much money you will have each day, week, or month in your firm. All right? Now, the goal of a cash flow forecast is to enable you to maintain a positive cash flow at all times. As the firm owner, you need to focus on not only earning more money, but keeping more money in your firm. And oftentimes, business owners, they're gifted at their craft, right? We know what we're doing and what we need to do to earn more revenue. The problem lies with keeping more money in their firm. And that is why a cash flow forecast is so important. A cash flow forecast is a plan that shows how much money a business expects to receive and pay out over a given period. Are you all with me so far? Let me know in the comments if you're with me. Also, a cash flow forecast is different from a profit and loss statement. Okay? A profit and loss statement only shows the revenue earned and the cost incurred. It does not indicate if and when the money will enter and exit the firm's bank account. Get crystal clear on that. All right? A cash flow forecast is part of your financial plan. Every business owner should have a financial plan. If you do not have a financial plan, I need you to get one today. Why? Because having a financial plan coupled with a cash flow forecast eliminates experiencing financial anxiety. Now, financial anxiety is when you're not sure if you're going to make it the next week, the next month, heck, even sometimes the next day. You don't know what your cash flow position is going to be. That's when you're experiencing financial anxiety. Financial anxiety also occurs when you're having sleepless nights because you're worried about your business. I experienced cash flow forecast or cash flow anxiety several years in my business. And if you've heard my story, I call it the broke, busted, and disgusted period. I don't want you to have a broke, busted, and disgusted period. One way that I was able to move from being broke, busted, and disgusted to experiencing a profitable breakthrough in my business is I began to create and monitor a cash flow forecast on a weekly and monthly basis. As a matter of fact, I started doing something called Financial Fridays. And Financial Fridays, which I still do to this day, I sit down and I create a forecast for my business on what I expect to come in and what I expect to go out. And I identify my cash position and my profit position. And then I begin to make changes so that I remain cash flow positive consistently. Okay? Now, I want to share my screen and show you how to create a cash flow forecast manually for your business. Now, there are several software applications that will enable you to create a cash flow forecast. But I have a firm belief is that if you don't know how to do this manually, using a software will only confuse you. Okay? So I want to give you the basics of creating a forecast for your business. Now, what I want you to understand is that when forecasting your cash flow, you want to think of 3 scenarios: the best outcome, the mid outcome, and the worst outcome. Okay? The best outcome will show all payments received on time from your current clients, also receiving payments from new clients, and paying all of your bills on time. Okay? The worst outcome could be if 50% of your current clients pay late or not at all. If that is your position, what bills will you be able to pay? Will you have enough money to cover payroll and receive an owner's salary? And the mid outcome is somewhere in between the two. All right? Now, before we get into it, I want you to please remember that a cash flow forecast predicts the firm's future financial position based on anticipated payments and receivables. All right? So, give me a quick second. Let me share my monitor, and we're going to create a cash flow forecast. So let me know in the comments if you all can see my monitor. I hope that you can. Okay. Can you all see my monitor? I think you can. All right, so this is a manual cash flow forecast. Now, what I'm going to do, hello, Jamar, thank you for joining. So what I'm going to do after this live, I'm going to include a link in the article on my website and in the description so that you can then go and download this manual forecast. It's going to be plug and play so that you can play with it in your business, so that you can really understand the benefits of creating a cash flow forecast, okay? Now, if you have any questions or comments, no matter if you're joining us live right now on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook, you can leave your questions and comments and I'll answer them at the end. And if you're watching a replay, I will come back and I will answer any of your questions and comments as well. You can also email us at success@sayyes2profits, okay? All right, so now this is a manual cash flow forecast that I created, and I want you to use it, right? So let's start with today. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to put in the start date of your forecast. So we're going to say that today is June 1st of 2021, okay? Now, after you put in your start date, the next part is your cash balance alert minimum. So this is basically saying, I don't want my cash to ever go below this amount. And I'm going to tell you how all of this works together. For now, we're going to say you don't want your cash to ever go below $5,000, right? So that's what we're going to put there. Now, in the next part, you're going to actually enter the cash that you currently have on hand. So let's say that you have $15,000 on hand as of the day that you're preparing this forecast. So we're going to enter that there, right? So now what you're going to do is you're going to go and you're going to enter all of the money in and all of the money that you expect to go out. Okay. Now with this manual forecast that I created, when you enter your start date, it's going to automatically populate the next, I believe this is the next 13 weeks on the forecast for you. So it's basically saying that you started here and 7 days from your start date will be this date, 7 days from this date will be that date, and so on and so forth. Okay. And then it's also showing you your cash on hand at the beginning of the week and your cash on hand at the end of the week. And when you start entering your money in and your money out, you're going to notice that the numbers at the top will begin to change, okay? And then if you ever get to the point where your cash is below $5,000, this is going to change red at the top when that occurs, all right? I'm excited about this, okay? So make sure that when you watch this, you download this forecast. You're going to be like, oh, this is a game changer. 𝐤𝐤𝐤 is amazing. So let's say that you have reoccurring monthly revenue of $3,000, right? And that comes in once a month. Okay, so we're going to put that for June. We're going to put it for July, and then we're going to put it for August, right? And then let's say that you have new client revenue. And your new client revenue, you expect that a new client is going to pay you, let's say, $10,000 on the second week of June, right? And then you have another client, they're going to sign up on the third week of July, and they're going to pay you $5,000, all right? So that's your cash in. And then your cash out, you know that you have to pay yourself a CEO salary. If you don't know, now you know. So let's say that you're going to pay yourself every single week $2,000, for example. So we're going to put $2,000 here, and we're going to carry it over every single week. All right. Now, let's say that your staff, you know that every single week you pay your staff $5,000, right? So we're going to put $5,000 in. And we're going to carry this bad boy over every single week. What we're trying to see is what your cash position will be as you start adding these numbers, right? So now look at this. You added $5,000 that you're paying your staff every single week. And now when you get to the first week of July, your numbers are in the red, right? This is a clear indication that either you need to do a couple of things. You need to start earning more money right now so that you do not get to the red, or you need to reduce the money that's going out right now so that you not end up in the red. You see how this works? So you want to make sure that as you're creating your forecast, you're looking ahead and you're finding the places where you're not going to have enough money, or you're teetering on not having enough money and you want to fix them immediately. Are you all with me so far? Good information? Good. I am glad that this is good information. Now, we can go through and we can finish this, but I just want you to get a clear understanding of the importance of having a cash flow forecast and how it would position you to eliminate all money worries forever. Because if you do like I do, and like I coach my clients to do, if you take at least 30 minutes every Friday for Financial Fridays, and you create and maintain a forecast, you are operating proactively. So therefore, you're seeing the things before they occur and you're fixing them immediately. Okay? Are you all with me so far? Any questions or any comments? Now, again, what I am going to do is I am going to include a link. Right, exactly. You don't want to be in the red. You absolutely don't want to be in the red, Jamar. Ever, never, ever, ever. You want to not only earn more money, but you want to keep more money in your business at all times. And when you see the red occurring on your forecast, you fix it immediately. Got it? So, as I said, I'm going to include a link to this forecast so that you can go and download it and you can create a forecast for your business. If you're watching us right now and even watching the replay, go ahead and click the like button, share this, and if you're on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe. Now, every Monday, I will come to you with a live episode. So you want to make sure that you join us every single Monday, okay? So you all let me know if you have any questions, any comments. Right now, I don't see any. Thank you so much, Jamar, for joining. Thank you, Angela. Thank you for joining. Let's see, who do we have? Terry, thank you for joining. Elizabeth, Krista, thank you all for joining me live. I will be back next Monday for another live, okay? And until next time, say yes to profits, everyone. Toodles.